Want to learn how to breed Bristlenose Plecos? Check it out. We're going to show you how we set ours up. Welcome back to another episode of SandersAquatics. So tonight is going to be awesome. We are setting up a project. I've had these fish here for a couple weeks now, and I have not had a chance to get around to setting up our project. We are officially in lazy time right now, and I am sitting here in my PJs. That's right, rock it out. We've been busy for the last couple months, and we have gone nonstop. So we are relaxing at home now. We're going to do lots of breeding and have a whole good time with it here for the next few months. Of course, we got all the holidays coming up, so it's going to be extra busy there too. But we've been busy going through setting up breeding projects just about everywhere. We have breeding projects going. It's insane. And we'll do a breeding project set up on how many we have going here. That's a good idea. But these guys here, I picked up. Check them out. So if you saw our Pleco video, you've seen these guys already. We got a big old Longfin albino Bristlenose here. That's our big boy. And we got our big old girl down here. They had lots of other fish that were in this tank with them. They were all kind of in a holding tank until we hit the point to where we could kick back and relax and just hang out in the fish room. So we're going to set up their tank tonight. So if you're going to go through and you're going to breed Bristlenose, you need to start conditioning your fish. What we're going to do to condition our fish, I'm going to use zucchini, green beans, probably some algae wafers, some brine shrimp. Got to get these guys good and fattened up. They're not in bad shape, but I haven't intentionally gone through and prepped them to get them where they need to be. These are one of the simplest fish to go through and breed, probably short of guppies. But what they need, and I'll show you here, we're going to rob a couple of them here because I have them all over the place. You need yourself Pleco cave. You want to give them several options. Like these guys here, we're going to give them a bunch of them in here. We're going to go rob a couple more down here. And we have these down here, and these Plecos aren't as big. And we picked up a couple other breeding caves. We got some cribs hiding out in this tank too. Forgot they were hanging out in here. We've been fattening them up here for the last few days too. We're going to go ahead and get 3 of these bad boys. And somebody's hiding in here. Big old fat crib girl. Never seen crib girls. I love them. They get the purple belly on them. So pretty. The way that these guys breed, what they're going to do is they're going to go through, and the male's going to find himself a home he really likes. And he's going to go through and he's going to try to entice that girl into the cave. And she's going to go through, she's going to lay her eggs in there, he's going to fertilize them, and then he's going to kick her out. Usually takes about a day or so. And then for the next day or two, he's going to go through and he's going to guard the babies and fan the babies. The males do a really good job. Something else I strongly recommend anytime you have Bristlenose really need to have driftwood. My awesome wife wanted a big old piece of driftwood when we were at the auction the other day. So we bought a big old piece of driftwood. This bad boy's not going to want to sink here for us, so we're going to help it out a little bit. I was afraid that might happen. It is heavy. It's been waterlogged. It's a nice piece of driftwood. But we need something to go through and weight this down. You've seen our driftwood video. This is, I usually have bigger rocks. I don't have any bigger rocks right now, which is not typical of me. But I have been setting up lots and lots of tanks here the last few weeks. Just gonna roll that bad boy right off there. It's not gonna work. We're gonna do something different. Maybe I wasn't all the way prepared for this video. We're gonna cheat. Let's see if this will work. Use your creative spirits, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Well, and try not to break your tank. We got the one end held down. We're gonna find a way to hold this bad boy down. Let's use a castle. You have random fish tank decorations hiding around everywhere in your house. I actually use this castle. It works out really, really well when I breed my gouramis. That works out so well. It gives the girl somewhere to go and get away from the boy. And they fit perfectly down inside of here. And they can go in there and the boy doesn't really get to them and they can hunker out and hide. And that'll work. And your driftwood will eventually, it'll sink on its own, just a matter of how long. But this gives them something they like to go through and naturally rasp on the driftwood and chew the little microorganisms and all that good stuff. But these guys will go through, the boy will go through, pick himself out of cave. Got a little driftwood to chomp on in there. A couple caves in there. And because these are bristlenose and they are a very, very popular fish because they are a good algae eater. And we grow too much algae down here. At this point, and I know that we're going to have babies here and here before long, we're going to help them out a little bit. I like all the little microorganisms and stuff that are in there. You'll see my tanks when it has stuff like this. I intentionally keep a lot of this back for moments just like this. When I'm setting up anything that I know is going to have babies in it, I like to have stuff like this in there. You can see we got all of our, we just added, I don't even know how many microorganisms into that bad boy, but that'll help the babies when they go through and get to that point. But the parents, we're going to focus feed for them, and we'll go through, like I said, we're going to do some green beans and zucchini and probably bloodworms. But you want them to be good and fat. Breeding is going to be tough. It's tough on them, but it's not aesthetically pleasing. It's not meant to be aesthetically pleasing. It's meant to get these guys to go through and breed, and give us the babies that we're hoping for. I mean, they're still going to be happy and taken care of. But if you look, we intentionally use, like this tank down here, we've been growing babies out in it for 2 months and it's full of algae. This tank over here has got algae and loam and stuff in it everywhere. Look at all the babies in there. That's a whole lot of babies. That's right. But it works. If you're ever having trouble keeping babies and trying to get them to stay alive. And I got to show you this. Look at the angelfish. They're all staring at us. Don't you love angelfish? And it's not even feeding time. They're just watching us. But back to the point. I just seen it. It caught my eye. Thought it was funny because they were all like, we're watching a video too. The live version. So, but when you're breeding bristlenose, they are very, very simple. They're going to do most of the work for you. Another trigger that you might try with these guys, if you got them to the point they're good and fat, you know they're ready to go, do a big cold water change. The way that they breed naturally is they'll breed in the rainy season. So when the water levels and stuff start raising real high and there's basically holes and stuff that are in the side of the rivers and stuff that they're in, they'll go through and they get into those holes and they'll put their babies in there. But the trigger is cold water. It should work, should do it for them. But pretty easy fish to go through and breed. A lot of fun. and they're in every pet store ever. These guys I'm super excited for. I've been wanting a Longfin version. It came up at one of the auctions we were at. It was a breeding pair. I was like, got it. They're coming home with me. So if you have any questions, tips, tricks, something you've seen that works really well, share it with us. We'll put it out there in the world. But as always, we appreciate you guys. Thanks again for watching Sanders Aquatics. Please like and subscribe.